Welcome back. So today's tutorial will make the most sense if you've seen our previous tutorial on how we use NGLess to assemble a sample. So today what we're going to do is we're going to show what to do if you have multiple samples. So we'll start and we're activating the environment that we built last time. So, go back to that tutorial, at least check the tutorial notes if you to make sense of this one. And so now here we have this data.multi directory where we have three samples. But this would work if you had 3,000 or even 30,000, and we've done processing runs with many more than that. And so but here, so that it finishes in a reasonable amount of time, we have only 3 samples. And so they're in this data.multi directory, and then which is a subdirectory per sample. So all of this, you also get the samples. There's a script in the show notes or in the GitHub repository. And there's a few different ways to handle this with NGLess. I'm going to show you actually a fairly new, fairly advanced but very flexible way, which is you create this file, this YAML file, and where here you have you say base directory is going to be this data.multi, and then we have these samples, and each sample has a pair of paired end files. So one.fastq, and the second one you could have multiple. This could be any combination of many paired end reads, single end reads. All of this would be specified in this file, and you can check also the NGLess documentation for it. And so again, we're going to use process.ngl, and this looks almost identical to the one we had before, so we will not go through those details again. But here, first of all, we are going to import this parallel module, version 1.1. Then we are going to load our sample list, so read this file, sample.aml that I just showed you before, and then we will run this for all samples. So this is a little bit like a standard for loop, and here you can see that we are going to access input.name to get the name of each sample each time that it runs through the loop. So that's it. Everything else is actually as we did last time. So basic preprocessing, assembly, and then mapping to the assembled config. So okay, so now we are going to run NGLess with 4 processors, process.ngl, and boom, there it goes. And you can see it says run for our samples, got a log file, and this does take a while, so I'm again going to just do like this, and boom, here's the end. And one of the things that's important to know here is that once you run this, it runs for 1 sample, and now you have to run NGLess one more time for another sample. So we're just going to run it again, and again this would take a while, so we're just going to do and jump to the next one, and now again we have to run it a third and final time. So you could do this. You could be using here a compute cluster where you are running these 3 in parallel, or you could run 2 in parallel and 1 later. And if you had 3,000, you could run 500 in parallel. So all of this would actually work well, and everything works as you'd expect. So again, this is running. So let's do the magic trick of jumping to the future. And now you see that everything has run 3 times. And you can also see that if we do ls, oops, didn't mean to do that. If we do ls, we see the files are there. So contigs _ for each of the samples, and the output sorted for each of the samples as well. And actually just for checking, if we run it one last time with NGLess process, it will show that all jobs are finished and it will not do anything at all. So that's it. So that's how we've used this to process, as I said, tens of thousands of samples. It scales really well. You can use it on a compute cluster. And if you have any doubts, there's an NGLess mailing list. Join that. Email us. Hit us up on Discord or comment below, and we will do my best to help you. Please subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you soon.